Rest in peace, Little Loaded. Little Loaded was a artist from Texas who record recently went gold. His record was Block Baby. Apparently it's blue and is with six, so I guess he's Crip or I don't know. Rest in peace, Little Loaded. I talk about a lot of things that happen to women in the community, children, but I also got to talk about something when a youth or one of the kids or somebody who's young suffers from mental health or have mental issues. And when I say issues, a mental suffocation where they're not able to let out their feelings. You haven't seen me here for a while because I've been working on things, new doors been opening, but I had to come and talk about this because mental health is one of the biggest issues that we have in the black community. Mental health trauma is one of the biggest issues we have in the black community. Like Benzino said, I feel like every black person in the hood goes through trauma and have some sort of mental issue. And when I mean mental, don't think about crazy because we it's the stigmatism that's associated with mental health. Oh, you think I'm crazy? You think I'm no, that's not what it means. But we all suffer. We all go home. We all think about things over and over again, whether it's fighting, whether it's in-home issues, whether it's watching behind your back. We all go through that because we were programmed and put there. Some people handle it different. Some people talk about it. Some people use their pain to strive. Some people use their pain to motivation. But I'm not here to judge. But R.I.P. Little Loaded. Little Loaded was a 20-year-old artist who now has a gold record. And what trauma did Little Loaded? First of all, allegedly Little Loaded killed himself, committed suicide because his girlfriend cheated on him. His friend EBK Kryak put a bunch of Instagram post where he said that he killed himself over a girl and stuff like that. And you know, it's sad that I'm gonna tell you two issues why I think, but let's talk about the girl. You know, a lot of times people we fall in love with depending on a certain thing that's missing from our life, we fall in love or we look for love in the wrong places, right? And sometimes we need people around or our friends around to sort of school us and or older homies. Because when kids is raising kids, they don't know how to handle this issue. Sometimes we need bigger homies that been through it to school us and teach us, like, you don't got to worry about this. This is not the way. It's okay to love somebody, but if she leaves, just figure it out. It's part of life. Dust yourself off and try again, because that's life. If she don't love you, somebody else will. We need somebody to school, because even at a point with me, I was in love with a girl that left me long time. But every time I saw her, I would go crazy and stuff like that until I got a reality check. And the reality check was that she was messing with a guy who was as tough as me, who was willing to take it to where I was taking it to. And then I came to a realization when my cousins talked to me because it was so close to home, like, bro, like, you haven't messed with this girl in like 5, 6 years. It was just an infatuation of love. We have this love for certain people that we are attracted to. And I'm willing to open up and say that I had these issues. And then you got to pick, what's better. Am I going to go out kamikaze, or am I going to just fall back and let things play its course? And I fell back and let things play its course because that's what life is about. Allow me to continue. If we had bigger homies to school, because when kids are raising kids, they don't know how to answer things. They look at it like they tell you, yeah, don't worry about it, man. F that. Yo, that's the homie. It's all of a turn up situation. But some people, some kids, the youth, some people take things harder based off of how they were raised or how they grew up, or like I said, things that lack in their life. So allegedly, Little Loaded committed suicide because his girl cheated on him. I'm gonna post the receipts here. But another trauma that Little Loaded dealt with is that he killed his friend by mistake. Little Loaded in October 2020 shot his friend Khalil Walker in the stomach with a rifle and killed him. It went from murder to manslaughter. They have the video, and it was an accident. And I think that he was supposed to go to court the day before he passed away. He's supposed to go to court for that manslaughter. And a lot of things might have played in his mind, man. Like he lost his friend. He's dealing with this case. You know, the girl cheated on him. And this is why he decided to do what he did allegedly. This is it's all alleged, but this is what they're saying. Reports are saying this, but he wrote something on Instagram. He wrote, "Dear Most High, please forgive me for my shortcomings and all of the times I fell short of making you proud and being appreciative of the blessings that have been put in my life. Sometimes the lines are blurred between being silent and being heartless. I want to thank you for how far I've come and the people that you put in my life to keep me grounded and humble through everything. And I love every single one of those people that are genuinely there for me. I ask for entrance into your kingdom through all of my mistakes. I know you love all your children, and I'm ready for my heart and soul to join you." I don't know how he committed this alleged act, but I would say that, you know, to the youth, and I want you to pay attention to everybody that watches this video. Like, if you go through something like that, if you are hurt, you realize you got to move on. That, or you got to move on. You can't harbor on something or harbor on somebody. I know it's easier said than done, but realize that there's always somebody else for you. Don't allow anybody to take control of your body or your mind where you feel like you're suffocated. Don't give somebody that much power, and it's easier said than done, but when you learn to love yourself and look in the mirror, understand yourself, and realize that it's okay to cry. It's okay to put your head in your pillow and be there and talk about it. It's okay. It's okay to talk to your homies, because I had a friend, a best friend named Lou, who I talked to about it, and I always talked to him, and I kept it real with him, and I cried sometimes. I can admit that. And him being there, putting his hand on my shoulder, "Yo, T, we gonna be all right, don't worry about it." He said we. He put himself in my position. That's what some of you need to think, that I'm here for you, that your brothers is here for you, that YouTube is here for you, that you could express yourself. Never have to think that somebody is so important that your life have to be replaced for them to keep living, because at the end of the day, they may be sad for a short moment if they're not related by blood, and they're gonna move on while you there missing your blessings. Things may seem hard and things may be difficult, but never take that route. Talk about it. Hit me up. Hit somebody up if you ever feel this way. This young man was dealing with trauma. He didn't know how to express himself. This young man was dealing with sadness, with depression, and he didn't know how to express himself. Regardless of the gold record, regardless of his career going to where it was going, he decided to take another route because he didn't know how to release his trauma. He didn't know how to speak about it, and nobody was there for them. And a lot of times we got to be there. F this tough stuff. F wanting to be gangster. F disrespecting your ops. F want to show your gangs. You know, gangs should be put in place to talk to the young homies that they put in their gangs. It should be put in place to really console them and understand them and make them realize that your life is as important as everybody else. Your life is as important as everybody else. So whenever you feel that way, just hit me up. But I want to say from the bottom of my heart, rest in peace, Lil Loaded. 20-year-old from Dallas that killed himself. Another life gone. If you young and you ever thought about that, please don't do it. He allegedly took his, but please understand that you are the future. And no matter how hard things get, where there's dark, there's light. There will always be light at the end of the tunnel.